battleground state polls. And Fox's Mark Meredith reports from the White House Democrats believe she has momentum a week before the convention.
After Vice President Harris wrapped up a multi-state battleground blitz, and later this week she's going to be doing a joint appearance with President Biden. That's going to be happening in Maryland on Thursday. Over the weekend, Harris attended a fundraiser out west in San Francisco, reportedly raking in more than $12 million.
But Republicans are critical the vice president has not done any interviews since taking over as the Democratic candidate. Trump campaign spokesperson Caroline Leavitt just told Fox
it's beyond time that she does and answers for why she's flip-flopping on every single policy position she has ever held.
President Biden dropped out of the race 3 weeks ago amid concerns about his mental fitness. He tells CBS Sunday Morning he feared being a distraction as congressional Democrats worried his campaign would hurt their elections.
And I was concerned if I stayed in the race, that would be the topic.
Former President Trump's filing a claim with the U.S. government for $100 million. That could set the stage for a lawsuit over the FBI raid of his Florida resort and the classified documents investigation.
The former president is alleging his privacy was invaded and that he was maliciously prosecuted. A federal judge dismissed the classified documents case, ruling Special Prosecutor Jack Smith had been unconstitutionally appointed.
Fox's Eben Brown. The U.S. is sending a guided missile submarine to the Middle East, along with more troops and military assets to defend Israel in case Iran attacks like it vowed it would after the killing of Hamas's political leader in Iran.
Regional sources are concerned that an attack from Iran and its proxies could come in less than 24 hours. Overnight, Israel's defense minister Yoav Gallant spoke over the phone with his counterpart, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, for the 7th time in recent days.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Haifa, Israel. America's listening to Fox News.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute.
Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories.
Let's go, Dad!
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
In these crazy times, there's peace of mind in security. Security for our country, for our leaders, security for our families. You are not financially secure if all your eggs are in one basket. Gold and silver are an excellent way to diversify your savings. And through our friends at Birch Gold Group, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account.
Text the word SHELTER to the number 989898 and get a free, no-obligation info kit on gold. Text SHELTER to 989898 today.
Nearly a month after the Trump assassination attempt at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, Secret Service security lapses are still being investigated. And now it's also under scrutiny over something else in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. How it answered a call of nature.
The Secret Service has apologized to the owner of a beauty salon for agents that broke in to use the bathroom while working on Kamala Harris' fundraising event last month. An agent taped up a surveillance camera outside while someone else picked the lock. The salon owner says they didn't tidy up and left the front door unlocked. She adds that the Secret Service has since apologized and offered to pay for cleaning and any damage that occurred. Roger Stern, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stocks could rise. Futures are up modestly after last week's big swings. The Dow and the Nasdaq rebounded from Monday's massive sell-off to finish the week with just small losses. We'll get updates on inflation this week, both wholesale and consumer prices. We've been paying a little less at the pump.
Gasoline prices are still falling. We have a 6-cent drop in the past 2 weeks to $3.53 for regular.
Analyst Tribbley Lundberg surveys gas stations, and so does AAA. Its national average for regular is less than hers, $3.44 per gallon. The Olympics are over, and the U.S. came out on top with 126 medals in Paris, 35 more than second place China, though the two tied, winning gold. Each took home 40. On the NASCAR racetrack,
he does get to him. The 11 on the inside. He gets into the wall. Dillon's going to win it at the line.
Courtesy USA, Austin Dillon wins in overtime when both Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin crashed in front of him on the final lap. He was 32nd in the standings entering the weekend, but clinches his spot in the playoff with the win in overtime.
That's Fox's Tim McMaster, and I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who's representing Sonia Massey's family, issuing a statement on Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell's resignation, saying the retirement of Sheriff Jack Campbell marks a turning point in the ongoing pursuit of justice for Sonia Massey, although the pain for her loss still fresh. Sonia's family willing to work with the outgoing sheriff for the remainder of his tenure to help heal the community and achieve full justice for Sonia. Rantoul police investigating a shooting. It happened Friday on the South Maplewood Drive location near Grove Avenue. Police say the shooting victim crashing into a pole in a car. They are unsure the victim was shot and then tried to drive or shot while driving. The victim calling 911. Police say the injuries are non-life-threatening. Champaign County Humane Society takes part next month to promote pet adoption. It's the shelter's 10th annual Clear the Shelter campaign. Nationwide initiative aims to raise awareness for animals who need homes. Starting Saturday, the shelter reducing pet adoption fees. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
I think some high schools are starting. I think there are schools that are starting to get into the thing. Hey, wow, it's August 12th. Almost halfway through.
I know it.
It's ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning.
So, yeah, it couldn't have been a weather weekend that could have been much better than what
so good.
Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And here I am doing yard work and trying to move some trees around.
Okay.
No big deal.
For me, it was the Wisconsin State Fair in West Allis.
Wow.
2 blocks down from where my daughter lives, near Milwaukee. And boy, was it crowded. Lots of people at the fair.
Nobody was sweating.
I'm sure the Illinois State Fair in Springfield was the same.
Well, I mean, it's just when you produce weather like that, people come out.
Mm-hmm.
See any masks?
No, I did not.
Good.
Yes.
We're feeling better about ourselves.
I feel
All right,
like it.
It's our meteorologist, Greg Solier. He kicks us off this morning with a little weather brought to you by Kramer Siding and Window.
Your premier provider for home improvement, specializing in siding, windows, doors, roofing, outdoor living. Visit KramerSiding.com.
Well, question is, what we got next, partner?
Yeah, well, it's pretty much, a continuation of the weekend. Maybe not quite the cool air that we've experienced, but the temperature's no worse than that or even just a smidge below average around here. So that's good news. No real stress or strain on anyone out there, man, beast, and working on the back 40 of the backyard. A little actually dry around some of the edges as you venture to the north and northwest of Champaign proper, despite all the rain we had for the month of July. And we do have a couple of rain systems around here to kind of keep things even-keeled, regreen things up, and certainly the later planted varieties and in particular beans would go for some rainfall. There'll be nothing heavy, nothing severe, and again, temperatures in check here as we move on through the next 5 to 7 days across the area. 58 comfortable degrees over at Willard and Savoy now. 54 Rantoul to 59 at Bloomington, Normal to 73 at St. Louis, that is. Kankakee up at 53 at the current time. We had readings in the upper 40s a couple hours ago along the Wabash River, and there's a bit of rain along the Mississippi River, extending down a little bit past of Kansas City, closing in on Columbia, Jefferson City. That most of which is going to pass west and south, but there may be a few sprinkles in here this morning and this afternoon. Clouds on the increase, and about 76, much like the weekend temperature pattern that we had. Light west wind will bottom out at 59 tonight. Evening shower threat tomorrow, and Wednesday the sun is back and temperatures too at 81 tomorrow, 85 on Wednesday, and then from that point going forward right through the weekend, it's seasonal low to mid 80s daytime, nights in the 60s. A little more significant rainfall system should be around the 1-inch category. Should be able to absorb that easily between Thursday and Friday. And again, dry weather for the weekend with temperatures into the lower 80s. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
All right, thank you. The Olympics are over. I watched way more than I thought I would. Mm-hmm. It was fun. I thought NBC did a really good job. I've seen more of their local news coverage from Decatur than I'd ever seen.
Yep.
It kind of stayed on the channel kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, unbelievable. If you did not see Steph Curry on Saturday, it was stunning. France got good. France is really good at basketball, and France almost upset the women. The women won the gold too, but that was close.
Yeah, 67-66.
Yeah, it sounded like somebody's toe wasn't on the line. That would have been tied. I didn't see that.
And it could have been the difference, a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer there on that one.
Yep.
So that was their 8th consecutive gold and 61 consecutive wins from our women's basketball team.
And France is bona fide good.
Right.
And so in the men's, unbelievable. And game was tight. Steph Curry came in, had not shot the ball particularly well in the game, made a 3, and came down and made another 3. and came down and made another three. This is all in the last 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Came down and tossed one up, kind of a quick flick. He said, I knew no matter what, wherever I was, it was going in. And it went in over two guys that were jumping in his face.
Oh, wow.
It was remarkable.
98-87 was the final for the gold medal on that one.
Steph had 4 threes in the last 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and they were stunning.
Man.
I had my hand on my mouth on the fourth one. I mean,
that's what you need, those clutch players.
Well, now what? Because LeBron's done, KD's done, Steph's done.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got to be the new guard, and I don't know. I think the bottom line, it looks like in women's, if you take yesterday, the world has caught up with America in basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
You see a lot in the draft and everything else.
And in volleyball, Jordan Poulter gets multiple medals now since she was so active as the center in the USA team in Tokyo. But they got a silver. Italy came out on top in 3 sets.
Yeah, swept them wee early hours yesterday morning. Okay, another nice feel-good Olympic story before we move on. Missy Ogunleya, she's actually German. She has a Nigerian father, but she's German. She won the shot put throwing 65 feet. I have no idea what that means. I don't know how far I go. I don't know.
I think it's pretty good distance.
I would think so. Anyway, here's her press conference.
Yemi, is it true you sing in the gospel choir?
Yes.
What song was going through your head tonight?
After falling, I went back to my seat and I sang a song. It means I almost let go. It goes like this. I almost let go. I was quite at the edge of a breakthrough, but couldn't see it. The devil really had me, but Jesus came and grabbed me. He held me close, so I wouldn't let go. God's mercy kept me, so I wouldn't let go. So I'm here today because God kept me. I'm alive today only because of His grace. Oh, He kept me. God kept me. God's mercies kept me, so I wouldn't let go. That was the song that I was just singing up and down.
I mean, that's the first time anybody's ever sung after winning a gold.
I love it.
And she had a nice voice.
She sure did.
Yasemi Ogunleya, I think. Anyway, she's gold medal winner. Well, USA ended up
126 medals, and China with 91, Japan with 45.
40-40 on the gold count. So we caught China. China had a 2-gold lead, and we caught them on Sunday.
And then 42 silver and 44 on the bronze.
Yeah, so USA coming out victorious in the Olympics. Next time,
passing the torch to L.A.
Good luck. Karen Bass, the mayor of New York, L.A., has just announced there will be no vehicles. So whatever they do in L.A., you'll be walking.
Okay.
No vehicles will be allowed near any venue you can't drive. Isn't LA kind of big?
Yeah.
So anyway, there's that. So whatever they're going to do. Now, the last time we did it, Peter Ueberroth was in charge.
Okay.
1984, Ronald Reagan was president. Delightful games. We had missed the games of 1980 because Jimmy Carter pulled Mark Johnson and the rest of the Olympians out.
Yes, I remember that wrestling situation.
Russia's invasion into Afghanistan. So we pulled all of our Olympic athletes because of that. Anyway, 1984 LA, so now 44 years later we're back, and I think the world is different and securing it, and then LA's got all kinds of homeless problems. They'll clear it all out, but that's just one of those things where, hey, you got it, and you're going, great. Oh, boy. All right, sports headlines, 7:15, ESPN 93.5.
Well, it was kind of odd to have White Sox, Cubs, and St. Louis off on Sunday.
And the Cubs came through in Chicago, but it was close.
Yes, it was.
They beat the White Sox twice. There were 38,000 people, probably mostly Cub fans. But, man, the crowds were good, but the Cubs got both of those games. The Cubs and Cardinals are 500 teams. If anybody makes the playoffs, it's going to be hard, but they could get hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's your only chance. Both teams are pretty average this year, but see who can make a run in the last 40 games. That's about all we got.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Let's get your Redbird recap.
Following a split series at Kansas City and a rare Sunday off day, the Cardinals continue their road trip with a 3-game series beginning tonight in Cincinnati. It's the final regular season series for the Redbirds in Cincinnati. The Reds will return to St. Louis for a 3-game series next month. Right-hander and former Red Sonny Gray will get the start in tonight's game. Gray is 11-6 with a 3.79 ERA. Gray's 11 wins rank second in the National League and are tied for 9th in the majors. Gray won 23 games over 3 seasons for the Reds from 2019 to 2021. The Reds have already beaten Gray once this year. The Reds will counter with lefty Andrew Abbott. Abbott is 9-9 with a 3.70 ERA. Abbott is 1-1 in 2 starts this year against the Cards. First pitch is slated for 5:40 p.m. Central Time tonight. Pre-game coverage gets underway at 4:45. I'm Joe Pott for the Cardinals Radio Network.
The Cardinals Hall of Fame and Museum is the official home of Cardinals history. For those who want to be a part of one of the sport's greatest collections in the world, museum membership is the way to go. Cardinals Museum membership provides unlimited admission for 1 year, exclusive Hall of Fame bobbleheads, discounts, ticket offers, and more, in addition to supporting exhibit design and artifact restoration. There are a variety of membership levels, including our ultimate level of membership. For more info and to join, go to cardinals.com/membership.
Cubs have Cleveland. So Shota will be on the mound versus Ben Lively for Cleveland's Guardians, and that's a 5:40 start over on US 105.9. New York's and Chicago's South Side against the White Sox, and that's a 7:10 start. We've got Illinois football that we're talking about and starting to make arrangements now, Stevie.
I think the digital tickets might be arriving today.
Okay.
So if you're a season ticket holder, you're not getting tickets. You're getting digital.
I see.
So it's one of those learn it or else.
Yeah, it arrives in your digital wallet then, and it'll be on your phone.
Yeah, but again, it's not that hard, is my understanding. It's just going to take an adaptation. Remember when you didn't know how to get on the internet and all that stuff?
That's right.
It's just a little more growth.
Yeah.
So,
and I know there was one situation, maybe it was last year, that there was a little bit of a glare and people were having trouble, coming into Memorial Stadium. And now there's, I think, a few more stations and things like that. Hopefully we won't have all that bottlenecking. A Thursday night, 8 o'clock kickoff against EIU on August 29th.
And how good is this Franklin? Akari Franklin? He's got the most receiving yards in the United States, and he transferred to Illinois.
Okay.
Might help Luke Oldmeyer. So we'll see what we got. I mean,
okay.
I don't know, and I don't know who knows. Everybody's kind of guessing, what are we going to look like?
And I've had a lot of people talking about, setting their schedule. September 7th is 6 o'clock against Kansas. And, of course, homecoming against Central Michigan,
weather
11 a.m.
Brought to you by Busey for over 150 years. Busey, since 1868, member FDIC.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather-free Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. A little bit of everything for everyone this week. No extreme in temperature or humidity levels, though, and a little dry around the edges we're hearing in some particular parts of East Central Illinois' Corn Belt, and we'll get some rainfall. It'll pass primarily west and south of us for the day-to-day. Later this morning and more so this afternoon. Highs at 76 with a fair amount of cloudiness on the increase and a light west wind. Lingering shower chance this evening, mostly cloudy 59. But then for the day tomorrow, it's the sunshine returning and seasonal warmth, a high about 81, 82 tomorrow, light northeast to east wind, 60 tomorrow night and up to about 85 on Wednesday. Then back into some showers and thunderstorms across parts of the area early and late in the day on Thursday. Lingering chance on Friday. High temperatures for the end part of the week. Seasonal, low to mid 80s daytime and 60s at night. And that seasonal temperature pattern continues on to Sunday and Monday. Dry weather too at 81 on Saturday and about 83 for Sunday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Since Busey Bank first opened our doors in 1868, we have built upon a tradition of close relationships and broad financial capabilities. Our experienced team provides the highest level of personalized service to ensure we accomplish your goals, simplifying your wealth management and business lending needs and ensuring a legacy for generations. Building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini. Member FDIC.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
KeyCorp shares are up nearly 17% after the Bank of Nova Scotia revealed plans to invest about $2.8 billion in KeyCorp. It will own nearly 15%. Bank merger deals have been mostly on hold because of uncertainty around interest rates. MarketWatch says now that an interest rate cut is anticipated, it's becoming easier to manage potential merger deals. OPEC is slightly trimming its forecast. It anticipates global demand will remain at healthy levels, though it sees China remaining soft. Barrick Gold's earnings rose in the recent quarter. The stock's up more than 2%. Cisco Systems is expected to cut thousands of jobs. Reuters is reporting Cisco is shifting focus to cybersecurity and higher growth areas. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola, invested in you.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey, this is Trey Gowdy, host of the Trey Gowdy Podcast. Every Tuesday, you'll hear what's on my mind. Plus, every Thursday, there's a special bonus episode where we answer the questions that are on your mind. Make sure to spend your Tuesdays and Thursdays with Trey. Subscribe now at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts. Hope to see you.
America's listening to Fox News.
From computer systems to brakes and tires too, at PDR, fixing cars is what they do. Remember, when you turn the key and the car won't run, call 367-9481 or use their dedicated text-only line at 383-0619. Additional information including repair quotes and online scheduling requests available from the website at pdrauto.com. Remember, they are what's best for your truck or car. They are PDR. Kelsey Furniture in downtown Tuscola sells Tempur-Pedic beds. What's it like?
I'm going to tell you right now, Stevie, that thing is the best thing I've ever slept on in my life. My wife and I both have said we've never had better night's sleep. And the people at Kelsey's were fantastic. Brian is the guy that helped us. You know, as much as I did my research, he had a world of knowledge about beds themselves. Oh, man, it's like sleeping on a cloud, man.
Kelsey Furniture, downtown Tuscola. Very happy and honored to have Dr. Abraham Kocherl, cardiac electrophysiology, OSF, Heart of Mary in Urbana. What is AFib?
Yeah, so atrial fibrillation is a heart rhythm disorder, and it's actually the most common heart rhythm disorder that needs treatment. So about 6 million Americans have it currently, and it's expected to increase to about 15 million by 2050. So it's a growing problem. There are lots of things that lead to atrial fibrillation, and this includes diseases like diabetes and hypertension, sleep apnea. Other factors that lead to it are an excessive alcohol and tobacco use, being overweight or obese, and being sedentary. You know, generally it's an older person's disease. Generally, if you have other heart conditions, it's worth looking for, so that there's a condition called heart failure, which commonly is associated with atrial fibrillation. So hopefully, if you have one of those conditions, those patients are being seen by a cardiologist, and that cardiologist is paying attention to the heart rhythm and keeping an eye on things to look for the development of atrial fibrillation.
To learn more, visit osfhealthcare.org.
All of our guests appear on our Tapman's Towing phone line. All the texts if you want to text this morning. Fisher National Bank text line 217-359-2255. I did not see the Tom Cruise. I'm trying to find it.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently quite the stunt that he does. He's into this speed flying.
Yes.
And he's apparently practiced that for years for Mission Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you can... There are few actors that have been this successful.
That's right.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I'd say Tom
He's
Hanks.
62.
Tom Cruise was in some of the early, back when he was hanging around with Matt Dillon and some of these young actors.
That was The Outsiders,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
Was he
and
in
I
that one?
think so, yeah. And I think, but Tom Cruise has got, I think he was in it, teenager, he's 62 now.
Right.
And success. If you add up all the gross sales of all of his movies, all the Mission Impossibles.
Right, he played a teenager in Risky Business. And
Yep.
So I'm thinking about the old school, what we used to see back in the day of Tom. And to believe that he's 62 now and pulling these kind of stunts is incredible.
No, it's dangerous too.
So evidently Simone Biles handed over the flag and he loaded it on the back of the motorcycle and said, "I'm off to America." And then we see him jumping out of this airplane and doing, like you said, this speed jumping or whatever.
Speed flying, he can go 80 miles an hour.
Man.
And so I've seen when he was working on it for Mission Impossible, and he's going around these, very rocky cliffs. If you hit one of those, you're dead.
I know it.
So it's, And so you're seeing these stunts. And anymore, can't we generate this on a green screen?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can make it look real.
That's right.
You don't have to do that. I mean, you just not anymore.
Right.
You can make stuff look so real, and you can just be standing on a platform in that suit that has all the buttons on it, and you can be whoever you want to be.
Uh-huh.
And it'll look incredibly real on IMAX.
That's right.
So he does it now because I think it's kind of a bungee jumping thing. It's just you get a high doing it.
That's right.
But he doesn't have to do that anymore.
And then I know Billie Eilish. I think they did a little nod to hip hop out of L.A. too. With, of course, Snoop Dogg was all over everything throughout the.
I thought, I thought he probably gained a lot of popularity. I think kind of fun. I never knew Snoop Dogg from anything.
Even in the Aqua dancing and stuff, I saw one snippet of them using one of his songs.
Yeah.
And, the commentator was saying, can you believe it? Here you are 30 years later and your song's being used, and he was blown away. It was cool.
Yeah, no, he came off, I think, pretty fun guy. And I wondered what's Snoop Dogg doing around all over these Olympics, but kind of a steady presence. Colin Jost, who's married to the actress, whatever, I can't remember, just had a blank. Who's been on the Marvel movies, famous actress.
Okay.
Anyway, he had to leave Tahiti. First day he got a banged up toe from the reef when he was surfing. And Scarlett Johansson.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyway, Colin Jost had to leave for infection reasons. He had pretty serious infections. So they flew him out of Tahiti. He had to leave a little early, but he was doing some pretty fun stuff. He's Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, he's got the big toe, the second toe, and the fourth toe all bandaged up. He's known for his work on SNL.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live Weekend Update, I think is what he does.
That's right.
Anyway, overall, I'd give NBC a good grade. I enjoyed what I saw. There's so many events, and it's very hard to keep up with all the track and field and swimming and gymnastics the first week and everything. I think a lot of people saw some of that. And then the diving, the synchronized diving.
Yep.
I just can't get over the synchronized diving. What if your partner has a cold? Man.
Yeah.
You worked 10 years to get this dive right, and the other guy didn't feel good. Dang it. So, it's interesting. And the breakdancing, did anybody see the Australian woman do breakdancing?
I did not.
Stevie Jay could have done that. It was sad. I don't think she got 1 point.
Oh, really?
Now, the breakdancing I'm thinking is like on your head and all around.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, not so much. Look up Australian Olympic breakdancer, and you're going, you're kidding.
When did we start doing that?
We're trying to get 15-year-olds to watch the Olympics.
I just started to type in Australia, and breakdancer came up.
Well,
of course, it could be that somebody's listening.
I'm telling you what.
That's creepy, though, whenever I'm starting to type something.
The Great Art in Motion with Trisha and Shad.
Yes.
They have 8-year-olds that would do way better than that. This was just one of those things where, hey, Australia's flying me to the Olympics, and you want me to do what? Okay, I can do that.
Uh-huh.
It was just ridiculous. And that was a routine. But I think she got blanked. I don't think she got a point. It was like, really?
Rachel Gunn.
Known
as B-Girl Ray Gunn.
All right, coming up, I've got some clips. Yeah, it's a free trip to Paris for the Australian.
Yeah.
Because that was just crazy.
She's 36.
Well, yeah, and she looks 50. The movements are like, really? I think I could do that. I'd have to stretch a little bit.
It talks about the humor and whatever, so maybe...
Well, it wasn't very funny because you're trying to introduce something really special.
Right.
And the kids...
And all the people who are working hard at this.
Well, obviously, Australia needs to work on their breakdancing. All right, the news is next, and then I got some clips you'll want to hear from the weekend politically. Kamala Harris said something that sounds awfully familiar. Oh, that's because Donald Trump came up with it. She has now adopted... No taxes on tips.
No taxes on tips.
Okay, because Trump's been saying that for 2 months.
Okay.
He said, that's fine, but she won't do it. All right, we'll be right back. The news next, ESPN 93.5. It's Monday. It's August 12th, and it's 7:30.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. Vice President Harris back in D.C., but not before raising $12 million at a fundraiser in San Francisco, where she was the city's district attorney. Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House.
They've got real momentum after Vice President Harris wrapped up a multi-state battleground blitz. And later this week, she's going to be doing a joint appearance with President Biden. That's going to be happening in Maryland on Thursday.
On CBS's Sunday morning, the VP's boss, President Biden, explaining why he stopped his run for a second term.
A number of my Democratic colleagues in the House and Senate thought that I was going to hurt them in the races.
Israel on alert for a possible attack from Iran, which could come in the next 24 hours in retaliation for the killing of senior members of militant groups Hamas and Hezbollah. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. The governor signed a bill Friday to prohibit landlords from retaliating against their tenants. New law will ban landlords from terminating leases, increasing rent, decreasing services, or threatening lawsuits. It also states landlords can no longer refuse to renew a lease after a tenant complains about code violations. Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum announcing the arrival of a new sculpture, the installation titled Steel Garden, created by the famous sculptor Richard Hunt. It'll stand outside the museum. It was featured in upcoming exhibit this October called Freedom and Form, Richard Hunt. Rand told police investigating a shooting Friday on South Maplewood Drive near Grove Avenue. They said the shooting victim crashed into a pole in a car, but they're unsure if the victim was shot then tried to drive or shot while driving. Victim calling 911. Police say the injuries are non-life-threatening. If you or anyone you know has information on this case, contact police. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
In an ever-changing real estate market, it is so important to work with experienced agents like Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor teams at Taylor Realty Associates. They have the knowledge and expertise to get your home sold for the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. Trust the experience and success of Russ and Nick Taylor with the Taylor team at Taylor Realty Associates. Give them a call today at 217-355-0700 or visit them online at taylorboys.com. That's taylorboys.com. A slap of the bat, high fives at the plate. They're all celebrated at Pia's Sports Bar and Grill after the game. Super beer specials, great drinks, big screen TVs, and fun food all await you at Pia's. Whether it be Pia's delicious wings, the big pork tenderloin, or Pia's famous Grand Slam or Slugger Burger, you'll find all your favorites available until 11 p.m. Chill out at Pia's in the beer garden and enjoy being served by a great staff. See you at Pia's, Springfield and Mattis, Champaign.
Yeah, we're going to kick off. The boys live from Pia's 2 weeks from Wednesday. We're going to be there before the Eastern opener the day before. So we've got a lot of things
so exciting
that are developing for that event. So be aware, and Lon and Derek will be there at Pia's 2 weeks from this Wednesday.
So as you're adding things to your day planner, make sure you're putting that down. 1609 West Springfield Avenue. Join us at Pia's the day before the Illini game.
All right, here we go with weather brought to you by Carl.
Speaking of your day planner getting loaded up with back-to-school items, you got to take care of the sports and back-to-school physicals. Find a location near you as you visit carl.org.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather-free Central Illinois, Champaign and Penn vicinity. A little bit of everything for everyone this week. No extreme in temperature or humidity levels, though, and a little dry around the edges we're hearing in some particular parts of East Central Illinois' Corn Belt, and we'll get some rainfall. It'll pass primarily west and south of us for the day today. Later this morning and more so this afternoon. Highs at 76 with a fair amount of cloudiness on the increase and a light west wind. Lingering shower chance this evening, mostly cloudy 59. But then for the day tomorrow, it's the sunshine returning and see seasonal warmth, a high about 81, 82 tomorrow. Light northeast to east wind, 60 tomorrow night and up to about 85 on Wednesday. Then back into some showers and thunderstorms across parts of the area early and late in the day on Thursday. Lingering chance on Friday. High temperatures for the end part of the week. Seasonal, low to mid 80s daytime and 60s at night. And that seasonal temperature pattern continues on to Sunday and Monday. Dry weather too at 81 on Saturday and about 83 for Sunday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
Want unbeatable prices on your next furniture purchase, but also seeking that local hometown feel? Look no further than Kelsey Furniture in Tuscola. Customers rave about their friendly, established staff, as well as their great selection, amazing prices, and second-to-none delivery service. They're a third-generation local business, and they've always got your best interests at heart. Find the look you love for less. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday, but always available online at kelseyfurniture.com. That's kelseyfurniture.com.
All right, off and running here for a brand new week. It is August 12. The weather continues to be pretty darn good. This was an idyllic weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Diane was at the Wisconsin State Fair.
So fun.
And the temperature had to be, 68 or 70 up there, yeah.
Maybe 72 in the afternoon, but perfect.
It's just one of those spells of August weather you don't get very often.
That's right.
Anyway, enjoyable. Hope you had a great weekend and all ready for the week ahead as we got school starting. We got the U of I students in mass coming this weekend. Call U-Haul and see if you can get a truck for Saturday. Let me know.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. And so they're back and it'll be, they've been coming since August 1, but it's everybody in mass coming up.
You know, they got it down, though, when it comes to moving in and different rotations of volunteers that are helping and unloading the car, and some person parks the car in a...
Who does that?
I've seen it when I was helping Kyle at Bromley Hall.
Wow.
And you had a little area where you could park close and unload, and then a different parent would get in the car and move it, and they had people moving them in. You experienced that at Newman Hall.
Newman was, you rolled up and you didn't have to repark.
That's right.
You rolled up, there's 30 kids in orange T-shirts jumping up and down.
Yep.
And you take one trip and you're done.
That's right.
That's amazing.
It is.
But we didn't have to repark or anything. It took 5 minutes to empty the car because you had 30 kids. The issue was elevators and time to wait to get up. But
right.
No, it's remarkable. And that's such a nice bonus when you're coming back or you're coming for the first time to be greeted like that.
That's right. And all that energy and to have a little bit of a team that is kind of showing you the way. Oh, man. I remember when I moved into Lawson Hall at EIU and how ugly that was with Gene being pretty frustrated with everything.
Well,
it just smoked a cigar in the lobby for a while.
Well, you got a lot of kids coming. We welcome them all. We're what we are because of the University of Illinois. And so we're thankful for them. All right, so let's start with Tim Walz, the vice presidential candidate for Kamala Harris. All kinds of speculation and some controversy about his service in the National Guard. And so what really happened? Well, he was a leader of a battalion, I guess, and they got orders to go to Iraq, and he retired. And so that's caused some consternation. Here's his commanding officer telling CNN, who really particularly weren't thrilled to hear what he had to say, and he sounds really good about everything, and I think this is actually, guy sounded fantastic and had no extra ground, just kind of told what happened.
But is your concern about the manner in which he did not speak to you, or his decision to retire, which he, as we've talked about, he would have been entitled to do? Which causes the most concern? Because that is the focus that so many people are wondering about, whether he has done something wrong in service or done something personally to offend you.
He did something wrong in service. As stated before, he knew the policies and procedures and how we go to leadership and address issues or discuss issues and concerns out there. Again, backing up, he had told me, no, I'm going forward. We're going to go with the battalion and go from there. So I'm under the believing, he told me he was going forward. I'm underneath that believing that he's going forward. He went around me, which he should have addressed it with me so we could help do some things out there.
Sergeant Major, this was really... Excuse me, I don't want to cut you off, sir. Finish your point, please, Sergeant Major.
he went around me, and the fact is that there's possibility he probably would have realized. I would have probably no, it's too late. You're going forward because we had already received our notification of sourcing. And there's one other little point out there that people say, well, he hadn't been notified yet. Yes, he had been notified. Now, there's another step out there. There's what's called stop loss. 90 days prior to the actual deployment, we received our orders. And at that time is what's called stop loss, where if you're in a position, you're going forward irregardless unless there's some really major or process that gets you out from not going on the deployment itself. So there's that window of opportunity. And if people say we never knew he was going forward, yeah, he knew he was going forward. Had he gotten his orders yet? No, at that time he had not. As far as being a command sergeant major, he, as soon as he retired, or I'm going to go with the term retired, which he did, and he was eligible after 20 years to get a full retirement. He was taken out of the academy at that time. Here's another thing about.
Well, Sergeant Major, I do want to hear that. I do want to hear what you have to say, Sergeant Major. I know I want to be sensitive of your time, and your audio is beginning to break up just a little bit. But I do want to thank you because I think you've clarified a lot for people and given more information. The question now is how the voters will evaluate it. Sergeant Major Doug Julian, thank you so much.
Okay, we had to get rid of him. He was too credible. He just sounded too good. Sergeant Major, we got to go. There are things that your time. Your time is so valuable.
Okay.
So there it is. He essentially heard about Iraq. Everything was going fine until he was going to be deployed, and he wasn't going to have that. So there's that. And if it matters to you, then there's the story. But I would believe this guy. I think he had it going on and sounded very credible. Okay, so Donald Trump came up with the no tax on tips.
Because when I get to office, we are going to not charge taxes on tips, people making tips.
Tips for service and hospitality workers.
Oh, okay. Good original thought there.
Right.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator. Actually, the nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
We are going to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. That's correct. That is correct.
A lot of the signs at the rally you just held were people standing there saying, abolish ICE.
Yeah.
Is that a position that you agree with?
We need to probably think about starting from scratch.
So you support giving universal health care, Medicare for all to people who are in this country illegally?
I am opposed to any policy that would deny in our country any human being public health, period.
Are you for defunding the police?
How are you defining defund the police?
It's actually wrong and backward to think that more police officers will create more safety.
We need to get rid of money bail.
Convicted, in prison, like the Boston Marathon bomber, on death row, people who are convicted of sexual assault, they should be able to vote?
I think we should have that conversation. I am prepared to get rid of the filibuster to pass a Green New Deal. I have always supported Medicare for all. I was very happy to sign on to Bernie's bill, and I give Bernie, frankly, a lot of credit. There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should.
Well, you got the most liberal ticket, and if that's what you want, then that's what you can vote for, but that's what it is. And so if you don't like the way things are going right now, I don't think things get better why couldn't she do no taxes on tips now then? She knows the president. She is vice president. It is Biden-Harris. Do it now. That would really impress people. Go just say, here's an executive order no longer. That's because she doesn't believe in it. We're in a point now where you have the Obama people. David Plouffe has joined it. That led the Obama team in campaign. He's now running her campaign. All those people that thought they had a job with Joe Biden, they've been shifted to Kamala. Now they don't know their role. Listen, 87% of Kamala Harris's staff as the vice president left because they couldn't work for her. So this is what we're seeing as a manufacturing of a candidate, and it's a lot of Hollywood, and I don't know what she is or what she believes, and I don't think anybody does.
Well, as you are talking, I was just putting in Harris Walls, and the first headline that came up, Harris pushing joy, Trump paints a darker picture. Will mismatched moods matter?
Yeah, well, again, if you're paying all that for gas and all that for groceries and you're behind on everything and you're getting 32% on your credit card, it's kind of hard to be joyful.
I don't know, though. I mean, the rhetoric that you get out there, joyful warriors,
but if you
sounds more appealing to me.
But sure, it's better to be happy.
Right.
But can you manufacture that and say everything's fine when you know it's not for the people? The people that are struggling, we know everybody is. Restaurants right now in Champaign-Urbana are struggling. Businesses probably feeling, I don't know what they're doing compared to last year or the year before, but things were a lot better when Trump was president. And you can't refute that, even though they try. All the numbers were better. Your interest rates were lower. The money was better. So the old Ronald Reagan in 1984, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? And the answer is yes, we were. So I think you got that, but I don't know. They could win. I'm telling you. They have a machine. They're very good at it. They're keeping her from ad-libbing. They're talking about setting up an interview, Kamala Harris with her vice presidential candidate, Tim Walz, who I think is a very good talker. But if they're together, then he can kind of shield her a little bit. So anyway, it's she needs to go and answer all the hard questions, but I don't know. If I'm running the campaign, I don't think I'd do that. I don't know why I would. It's going really well right now. She's back in Washington. They're getting ready for now the Democratic National Convention. And there'll be a ton of energy. They'll put on a really good presentation like the Republicans did. So anyway, it's quite the thing. And I think when it happened, I said, stand by for amazing press. That was pretty easy, though. That's not a hard prediction.
Ralph's calling in to ask about gas prices. Does the president have much control over that?
Ralph, how are you?
I'm doing well.
The reason it matters is energy policy. If you are able to produce more energy like oil and gas, then the demand will be less. The policy is what matters. If we drive energy prices down, then all your deliveries go down. All the food deliveries, all the things you do for construction, everything comes down. Trucking right now is crazy. They have to charge it because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. That essentially was your question?
Yes, I was wondering because I was asking her about how the president has control of the food prices, but you just explained that also.
Yep.
So I appreciate the enlightenment.
You betcha, Ralph. Thanks for listening to the program. Appreciate that.
I know when I was out and about this weekend in the Chicagoland area, it was $4.19 for gas, and I roll into my hometown in Tolono, and it was $3.39.
Yeah, it's a little better here than obviously the metro areas, mm-hmm. But the bottom line is, will it get better? If I just said that it depends on your energy policy and you want to go drill, baby, drill.
Yeah.
They want to be done with gasoline in the 2030s, like 2035. So they don't want you. They want you to pay more. Why is that? So you go buy electric. So you go buy something else. Well, what if you can't afford a $65,000 all-electric car? $65,000. There's some less.
Oh, man.
But then if you go and try and get a charge and they're not, the infrastructure is all. I don't know. I just know that I'm all for clean, but you got to evolve to it. And I think we are. We're taking steps.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, if you're talking about hurting people, everything is so high. You go to a restaurant and sit down for two people, won't you pay $50?
Absolutely, for sure.
So a family of four spending $100 at least. It's just too much. And so she's going to go to work day one. She's vice president. Go to work today. What's the problem? You're kind of running things now. Do some executive orders. Just ask Joe to do it. He'll sign it.
Okay.
And go now and say, you know what? This is kind of what I believe. It was different from the president, who's awesome. And I heard Nancy Pelosi say Joe Biden should be on Mount Rushmore, by the way.
Oh, really?
No, he's a Mount Rushmore kind of president. That's called make it up. I'm sorry I kicked you out, but it was me. I led the charge. And now we're real sorry. And because you did what we said, you ought to be on Mount stinking Rushmore. Well, it's quite fun.
Well, I appreciate you getting us up to date, Steve.
All right, you call in or you just text in to 217-359-2255. So much of the problem has been self-imposed.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't just stay with the Trump policies, and we would have been a lot better on inflation. We would have been a lot better on you could cut the pipeline. That cut our. Then we stopped drilling.
And right here in America.
So why would it make sense for me to have to buy oil from Venezuela?
What was the reason for that?
Because they don't want you to use oil. It's dirty and hurts the environment. So, I mean, that's where we are.
Oh, wow.
And it's fine if you have that opinion, but take me gently and, well, you don't have time. It's ending. 10 years. That's what AOC said 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So 2030, it's over. That's what she said. Al Gore's been saying it's going to be over forever. I think there's just a lot of things we don't know. And so certainly we want to help the American people in the middle class and bring prices down. They're killing us. All right, 10 till.
Cubs squeaked by the White Sox when I saw that 7-6 score on Friday night when I was up in Wisconsin visiting my daughter Gabby in Milwaukee. I was like, woo! You know, the Cubs were under pressure when you play the White Sox, who are, 29 and 89 on the season.
Yeah. They are scaring the all-time losingest record. They have a chance to beat that, which is like 124 losses.
Right.
And they're nearing 100.
Grady Sizemore getting his interim general manager or manager of the team job. I mean, I guess I'd take that on and be up for the challenge. I mean,
I would totally
it's the
take
first time
it.
he's done anything like that.
You at least have 40 days to be manager.
Right.
But if you don't have the talent, you don't have the talent.
On your resume, like, with the Chicago White Sox. Who?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Chicago White Sox facing New York with a 7:10 start today. Cubs are in Cleveland with a 5:40 start over on US 105.9 using Shota on the mound. And the St. Louis Cardinals are in Cincinnati with a 5:40 start. All those teams off yesterday. That's crazy that St. Louis, the Cubs, and the White Sox had Sunday off.
I would venture to say that's never happened. Cubs and Cardinals off on a Sunday.
It's really
Both
unusual.
of them, very unusual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, USA came out on top, and now 126 medals. China had 91, tied with us on 40 for the gold medals with China. And then Japan had 45. There was handoff of the flag as we take it, the Olympic flag, to L.A. for 2028. And people are abuzz about this Tom Cruise video, but we were having trouble finding it.
I don't know why they.
I found one of him, connected to a cord.
Well, that they show that, but they're
Right.
not showing the stunt.
That's right.
So, who said it was 10 million views if I can't find it?
Right.
I don't know. Anyway, he did something fancy, and there you go.
Mission Impossible style, I guess. There was a video of him getting the flag from Simone Biles and taking off on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And then he jumps into L.A. Of course, all this pre-production and stuff was done. But Billie Eilish was part of the festivities. I'm hearing some old school hip-hoppers were there. And L.A. receives things for 2028. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I know one of the things that Paris had talked about was with 18 million drinks being served as they hosted the Olympics, they wanted to do cups instead of individual water bottles and sodas and things like that to reduce their imprint.
Well, everybody has their own Stanley anyway, right? If you're carrying your own.
So then the reporter that I was listening to on my journey to Milwaukee was saying, but they had to take the individual water bottle and pour it into the cup. Now you could take your cup around and reuse it. And then if you did turn it in, then you got some tokens back or something like that. But it turned into a little bit of a cluster from what I heard.
Well, I don't know how Karen Bass, the mayor of New York, plans to not have any vehicles attend any of the events in L.A., which is the plan. I presume to prevent, car bombings or parking? I don't know what they're trying to do.
Well, and maybe on the Olympic campus, that could be the case.
It's not Mackinac Island. The venues for the swimming and the track are going to be a bit.
Right.
So a shuttle, buses, golf carts? Anyway, interesting. And then you got to get rid of all the homeless encampments.
Yeah.
One other thing, in the L.A., was it LA? No, it was Las Vegas. You had to RSVP that you're coming to Kamala's rally.
Okay.
And you were only allowed in when you had a bona fide legal ID. Okay, so you're making me have an ID to attend your rally, and I don't need an ID to vote? What's up? Aren't you being a little bit racist, making me show an ID?
I'm a little nervous about the voting.
But I mean, you are requiring an ID, and these are only RSVP. No wonder you don't let anybody in that's not going to be for you, I guess. And then you know who they are. And then I know AI is all over the place, so it's very difficult to know what's true. But they have one shot of her on like a tarmac with a plane behind her. And a lot of people, and I think a lot of people are coming out. It appears that way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but on the reflection on the airplane engines, there was nothing behind. There was no people like that.
Mm-hmm.
It showed a crowd Trump-like, but on the reflection from the engine, it was like vacated. There weren't a lot of people back there. So was that AI? I can't tell. No idea. I know lots out there. They're doing AI to make the crowd bigger. I have no idea. I know it can be done, but you think somebody at these rallies would pan around with a camera? Just show me.
Yeah.
I don't see the panning around of camera at Trump rallies either. Show me. What's up with just pan around and put it out there so we kind of know who's coming?
Yeah.
I don't get that. But you very rarely see crowds. I don't know. Maybe they don't want people to know the crowds. I don't know. All right, check your weather now, brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
And they've got so many great things going on. If you're thinking you're running out of time this summer, why not take a boat ride? They've got the paddle boats and the kayaks and the canoes. In fact, we've got some passes I've been having out all summer, too, as I promote prizes in my pocket. UrbanaParks.org for details.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Van Memphis. Saturday, very easy going weather pattern regarding temperature and humidity levels this week across East Central Illinois, the Corn Belt here at large, and some rainfall prospects as well, getting a little dry around the edges we hear in areas to the north and west, in particular of about Champaign County. For the day today, a little patchy fog around this morning, increasing cloudiness, and a couple of showers around in spots later this morning, but more likely this afternoon, the high about 76. Lingering shower threat this evening, mostly cloudy on the overnight with a light north wind, a low down to 59. Sunshine back in for the day tomorrow and Wednesday too, and a warm up to about 81 tomorrow, 60 tomorrow night, and a forecast Wednesday high of about 85. Back into a couple of showers and thunderstorms Thursday up to around 84. Lingering chance for a shower Friday at 83. Dry weather for the weekend with seasonal temperatures with low and middle 80s daytime and lower mid 60s at night for both Saturday and Sunday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Get the rock star treatment at Golden Nugget Danville and jam out with your cut of up to $400,000 every Saturday through the end of August. One lucky winner will be selected every half hour from 4 to 11 p.m. to spin and win up to $1,000 cash. Earn entries now through August 31st. Not valid for any participant of the Illinois Gaming Board statewide voluntary self-exclusion program. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right. We will have tickets to Illinois football games, and It'll be way easier to give away because they're going to be digital. And so I come into my wallet. I don't know what that is. It's
your
somewhere,
digital wallet?
It's somewhere on my phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, and Major League Baseball, you got the MLB app.
Yeah, but I also downloaded the Illinois app.
Okay.
So maybe that's where it's coming.
I think so.
Let's see here.
Illinois versus EIU, August 29th at 8 o'clock.
I got the app, and then it says schedule, tickets, shop gear. So go to tickets. It says manage tickets and purchase tickets. So I'm going to manage tickets.
Okay.
And see what comes if
I'm
anything
excited.
comes. And then we can send these to you. You don't have to come to Philo.
Uh-huh.
And pick them up. You don't have any tickets.
Well, not yet.
It's supposed to be today, I think.
Right.
Yeah, all right. So, so again, I'm a little nervous.
I won't talk about it too much until we figure that out.
Yeah, I got to make sure I get And then how to use it.
Exactly.
Kyle's going to be here a couple more days.
Yeah, he's our tech guy now.
And on my phone. All right, the news coming up. You're welcome to text in. Love to hear what you're thinking. 217-359-2255. And it's time for the news in 1 minute. 7:59 on this Monday. Attention all truck drivers looking for a new opportunity with great pay and amazing benefits. Gale Frericks Trucking has got you covered. Join their team, receive a $4,000 sign-on bonus. That's right, $4,000 just for coming on board. Plus, enjoy a $1,200 gross weekly pay guarantee. Drive their state-of-the-art Freightliner Cascadia trucks equipped with a revolutionary system designed to reduce weight and downtime. Get home every weekend and some nights during the week with paid vacations and holidays. They offer company-sponsored health insurance and all the benefits you deserve. Regional drivers get first priority. Don't wait. Apply in person at Dedicated Diesel, 1313 Triumph Drive, Urbana, or call Tim at 765-505-1295. That's 765-505-1295. Start your journey today with Gail Frericks Trucking. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Clear intent to engage in political persecution. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what former President Trump's calling the classified documents investigation, weeks after a federal judge dismissed the case, ruling that the special counsel who led the indictment was illegally appointed.
Former President Trump is filing a claim with the U.S. government for $100 million over the 2022 FBI raid at his home at the Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach and prosecution by the Justice Department. His lawyers tell Fox Business the notice of the claim gives the former president the right to sue the Biden administration if it isn't settled within 6 months.
That's Fox's Evan Brown. 3 weeks after Vice President Harris took over as the Democrats' 2024 candidate, President Biden tells CBS News he stopped running, fearing he'd be a distraction as his fellow Democrats worried his being on the ballot would hurt them in congressional races.
President Biden has kept a fairly low profile ever since dropping out of the presidential race. This week, we will see him a bit more. He's going to be holding events on curing cancer as well as talking about the economy.
Fox's Mark Meredith at the White House.
Later this week, Harris will be joining the president for a dual public appearance in Maryland focused on lowering prices. But whether or not we're going to see her fully embrace Bidenomics further or if she's going to try to distance herself from the president's economic plans, that is yet to be seen.
We'll get updates on July inflation later this week, both wholesale and consumer prices. The U.S. is sending more troops and military assets to the Middle East to help defend Israel in case Iran attacks like it vowed, avenging the killing of Hamas's political leader in Iran.
Overnight, Israel's defense minister Yoav Gallant spoke with his counterpart, U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin, for the 7th time in recent days. The pair discussed Israel's preparedness and readiness amid the rising threats across the Middle East. Iran is currently conducting training exercises and has issued a notice to airmen, all indications they could move forward this week.
Fox's Trey Yangston, Haifa, Israel. America's listening to Fox News.
You've got a Pepto predicament, Beach Bum.
Hey, we're heading down to the beach. You coming?
Yeah, Dad. You coming?
I had a little too much to eat at the resort buffet. I need a minute. Oh, you overdid it. And now your beach vacation is giving you belly waves. Undo it with Pepto.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto chewables provide fast 5-symptom relief so you can get back to making memories.
Let's go, Dad!
When you overdo it, undo it with Pepto. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
In these crazy times, there's peace of mind in security. Security for our country, for our leaders, security for our families. You are not financially secure if all your eggs are in one basket. Gold and silver are an excellent way to diversify your savings. And through our friends at Birch Gold Group, you can own physical gold and silver in a tax-sheltered retirement account.
Text the word SHELTER to the number 989898 and get a free, no-obligation info kit on gold. Text SHELTER to 989898 today.
As Vice President Harris gets ready to roll out more economic policies, she's embracing one her rival first pushed.
Former President Trump started pushing the idea of no taxes on tips a few months ago. And at a rally in Nevada last week, Vice President Kamala Harris made it clear she's on board.
And eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Former President Trump sounding off on Truth Social, writing, quote, "The difference is she won't do it. She just wants it for political purposes. This was a Trump idea." The no taxes on tips proposal has gotten bipartisan backing. A bill from Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz has the support from both of Nevada's Democratic senators. In Washington, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
The Olympics are over. The U.S. won the most medals, 126. Tom Cruise helped bring the curtain down in Paris with a dramatic stunt at the closing ceremony, taking the Olympic flag. And the next Summer Games will be in Los Angeles in 2028. Now in theaters, the movie that set a box office record for an R-rated film keeps adding to its historic total.
Deadpool and Wolverine claims the #1 spot for the 3rd week in a row.
Trust me, kid, I'm no hero. You were an X-Man. You were the X-Man.
The film starring Ryan Reynolds gaining another $54.2 million for a grand total of $494.3 million. Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively, comes in second place in the new romantic drama It Ends With Us, collecting $50 million in its opening weekend. Lively stars alongside the film's director, Justin Baldoni, and Brandon Sklenar. And in third place this week, Twisters with $15.4 million, earning $222.7 million in 4 weeks. Tony Genualdo, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are rising modestly after all the wild swings up and down last week. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign County Humane Society takes part next month to promote pet adoption. It's the shelter's 10th annual Clear the Shelter campaign. Nationwide initiative aims to raise awareness for animals who need homes. Starting Saturday, the shelter reducing pet adoption fees. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who's representing Sonia Massey's family, issuing a statement on Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell's resignation, saying the retirement of Sheriff Jack Campbell marks a turning point in the ongoing pursuit of justice for Sonia Massey. Although the pain for her loss still fresh, Sonia's family willing to work with the outgoing sheriff for the remainder of his tenure to help heal the community and achieve full justice for Sonia. Rantoul police investigating a shooting. It happened Friday on the South Maplewood Drive location near Grove Avenue. Police say the shooting victim crashing into a pole in a car. They are unsure the victim was shot and then tried to drive or shot while driving. Victim calling 911. Police say the injuries are non-life-threatening. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller. And we are enjoying great weather across East Central Illinois. To be in the 50s, Greg, I mean, in August, I take that every day of the week, man. It's just
Yeah,
nice.
there's still summertime to come, my friend. Don't worry about any or anyone else out there wanting more warmth and heat and all that. But yeah, a nice break in summertime.
Yeah, so we could be 90s in September, certainly, huh? I mean that can.
Oh
happen.
yeah, that's kind of record flirting territory, but it's happening. We may see some of that, probably early in the month, some near 90-degree weather. So yeah, hang on, still lots of summertime in the tank.
Yes, sir. Our weather with Greg brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. They offer cost-efficient solutions for busy offices. You get a free evaluation, maybe save money in some of the color printing. Call 217-352-0428 for Watts Copy Systems. All right, meteorologist Greg Solier with a look ahead for this week of August 12th. What's on your plate there, friend?
Well, my friend, we've got recovery on temperatures, but no worse than seasonal averages around here, and that's typically low to mid-80s as we head through the mid-stretch of the month of August. We do have a couple of little drier areas. We had that even prior to the July rains, and in the wake of the July rains up into parts of northern Florida and Iroquois counties, for example, and it's time for maybe a little topsoil rejuvenation, topsoil moisture rejuvenation. We'll get that. Lawns can green up a little bit more, and those late planted beans always can go for some rainfall as they move from their flowering stage into the pod fill stage, and that is underway, or getting into that here the next couple of weeks. So the rain is back to the west. There's two systems this week, one early in the week, another one of more significance here later in the week, but you add both of them up, and particularly the second half of the week should easily be about an inch worth of rain across the area. Some higher numbers back to the west, and sort of the eastward and southeastward flank of some of that rain is closing in on the lower Illinois. This first system is going to track primarily west and south. We've climbed into about the low to mid 60 range across a good part of the area. Clouds will be on the increase. Maybe a few sprinkles of rain west of Champaign County this morning. And a little light rain and shower activity in here, and points west and south again this afternoon. Little, if anything, up farther north you go out of Champaign. A high to about 76. Light west wind, maybe an evening shower in one or two spots here and west and south early on tonight with a low down to 59. Sun back in tomorrow, Wednesday too, and we head back up into the low and mid 80s. Warmest of those days on Wednesday. Still low to mid 80s for Thursday and Friday. That's the more significant outbreak outbreak or two of showers and thunderstorms. Best coverages are Thursday, diminishing on Friday. Dry weather for the weekend. Nice midsummer weather still back into play. And this should take us through the rest of the month as well. 81 on Saturday with low to mid 80s for Sunday and Monday of next week. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
All right, News Gazette has a nice front page story about a woman named Rayanne Lindsay, named Ms. Wheelchair USA.
Okay.
Strong advocate for inclusive playgrounds in Fisher Community Park and at Fisher Grade School.
Nice.
Nice picture of
Look how sweet.
Miss
Love the tiara.
Miss Wheelchair USA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as we brace for the fall and get ready for football, Illinois football 2 weeks from Thursday will play Eastern Illinois at 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. And, I would think Charleston Mattoon will show up. Eastern picked second in their conference. So they're always a good football team. And so it's a big game. I guess we played them before, but I can't remember when. It's been a number of years. Eastern's been to Champaign, I'm certain, but I think it's been a long time. I think EIU gets $500,000. Tommy Michael, former Lou Henson basketball star in the 90s.
That's right.
He is the athletic director for Eastern Illinois. Matt Bolant went down to Eastern.
Yes, he did.
After Illinois. Matt's a good man. So we'll see what the Panthers have as far as a worthy first opponent. And again, I don't know. Zachary Franklin is the guy I'm hearing. He's a wide receiver. And, of course, Pat Bryant's a wide receiver. Tight end got hurt, so we got other guys that are pretty big fellas. Our offensive line, the guys that are going to block for Caden Fegan and others, 325, 325, 325, 305, and 290. That's some beef.
Yeah, it is.
325 pounds. I mean, that's just big and thick. Now, the defensive ends these days are like 285 and super quick.
Mm-hmm.
So can we be quick enough with our feet to block them? Because Luke Altmaier is certainly wanting to get time to throw. And, again, it's just really like, what do we got? We have so many new parts and people we don't know. It's the portal, right? It's the transfer thing and all the NIL. And, the key to football right now is money. It's always been somewhat about money, but money to people, money to athletes. These student athletes now, I thought they were going to get like $1 after every jersey sold.
Right.
All of a sudden, it's like $2 to $4 million to get a quarterback in the SEC. $2 to $4 million a year.
Wow.
It's getting some real money here. And in Illinois, I think basketball's been at the hundreds of thousands of dollars for, a number of years. Football, not as much. It's going to take a lot of players. Not everybody gets money.
Right.
And then what happens with this now allocation of $20+ million a year for the programs, all of them, and whatever 1,000 athletes or whatever we have on campus, there's only going to be a few that are going to get the chunk of it because otherwise they'll go somewhere else.
Right.
It's not very many are in that league, but I think Luke Goody got $400,000 to go to Indiana. I don't think he's getting anything here.
Well, and how is that navigated? Does the businesses contributing then get
whatever the arm is that does that? I have no idea all the intricacies. And then what is a violation?
Right.
What's a violation? That's why I don't want, you have to put caps on it and limits on it. Then you just back to cheating.
Yep.
Then the big schools do what they do. Some of them, not all, some. They just pay more under the table. I like the fact that everything's out there. What's the money? Coleman Hawkins got $2 million in Manhattan, Kansas for 6 months. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Coleman might have been making a few $100,000 here last year, but he waited, and good patience, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I mishandled it last year. Well, he handled it well this year.
Yeah.
He was the last guy standing. He was the number one guy that was available. And somebody in Manhattan, Kansas ponied up $2 million for Coleman Hawkins for 6 months.
Okay.
Good for Coleman.
Let's pack the U-Haul. I'm heading to Manhattan, Kansas.
I think he'll have about 1.1 when it's all done, 1.2 maybe, because the taxes will eat that up. But that's great, and I'm happy for him. But it's like, really? Where are we going? What's the top quarterback in America going to go for now?
Mm-hmm.
It's this stuff. The pressure on these kids is starting when they're 14 now, because you want to get noticed. You got to go to all the right camps, and you got to do all the right reads, and you got to be good at this, and your arms got to be good. But it's big money. By the way, Caleb Williams.
Yep.
How about leading the Bears to a 33-6 win over Buffalo?
Right.
And the Bears are 2-0 in preseason.
I think Caleb got 94 yards in that game.
Yeah, he ran for some. He threw some nice balls. People are kind of jacked about the Chicago Bears.
That's right.
What do you say? Could the Bears be good? Could they be a playoff team? Wow.
So I also was taking note of our upcoming season when we were talking about Fighting Illini football, starting things off Thursday, August 29th at 8 o'clock. Now, that is coming into, Friday night football for lots of high schools the next day, and then it's Labor Day weekend. So people kind of get that in their head right now while you're making these arrangements. Then on September 7th, it's 6 o'clock against Kansas. Is that at Kansas?
No, it's here.
It is?
Yeah, it's home game. It's just 6 o'clock here, so you have all day to tailgate. If you're not happy about Thursday night football, a week from that next Saturday, September 7th, will be Kansas in town. You have all day, begin at 7 a.m. You can play all day, and then 6 o'clock at night. And Kansas kicked their butt last year.
So then quick turnaround for homecoming. That's September 14th.
The next Saturday at 11 a.m.
Central Michigan is who will play for the game. Too bad it can't be Central Michigan for the 100th anniversary.
Well, I've been thinking about that one, and with all the fancy uniforms and the Red Grange look-alike, they got the helmets, but the special uniforms for that game.
Are we going to beat Michigan? Is that what you're saying?
We had
in October?
Had them beat 2 years ago up there. That was the Chase Brown team, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Different kind of team.
So then September 20th, that's a 7 o'clock start against Nebraska.
At Nebraska.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when we take on Penn State on September 28th, that's either 2 or 3 or 6:30.
Okay, that's out there. Happy Valley. That's probably not.
So those are the games that have been called time-wise.
Yeah, whatever happened to the 105 start at Memorial Stadium on a Saturday afternoon? And
I don't see any of that.
You used to be able to park there at 1 o'clock, park at the golf course across the street and walk across and get in for $1.
And 5 of these games, 3 of them are 6, 7, or 8 p.m. So
8 p.m. would be a long day.
I mean, that's
waiting.
The first one, though.
Yeah, I know.
And it's a Thursday.
Right. But
so people aren't going to start coming out really till 4. But those who are preparing the tailgate, things open up at 7 a.m. and they're on,
It's just, how do you plan? I mean, the team is so meticulous into detail. Eat 4 hours before the game. Your walkthrough is this. This is timed here. So you got a whole bunch of different times, which I think is the state of football. Just like players swinging gate, coming in and out. Illinois is going to have a really unique basketball team this year, but how many of them will be back next year?
Right.
Not very many.
Paris closes out the Olympics with a star-studded show. We've been talking about Tom Cruise being part of the festivities. The USA wins 126 as far as the medal count. Next up was China with 91 and Japan with 45. There was a lot of great games here in the last stretch, including USA women 67-66 winners over France. USA men's basketball 98-87 winners for the gold medal.
This was a road game. Everybody in there, not everybody, but a whole lot, because it was France playing in France. Heck of a home court, and they were great games, both of them. Man.
Major League Baseball will have St. Louis at Cincinnati 540 start, and the Cubs are at Cleveland with a 540 start.
Oh, congratulations, Busey, recognized among the world's best banks and America's best banks for 2024 by Forbes. This is the first time Busey's been named among the world's best banks, and the 3rd consecutive year the organization has received America's Best Banks honor. In addition, Busey honored to be recognized in Illinois as the best place to work, in Florida among the best companies to work for, and in Indiana as the best place to work. Busey Wealth Management has always been named to Pensions and Investments Best Places to Work and Money Management list, and the organization was named among the best banks to work for in the U.S. by American Banker. From exceeding the needs of customers and colleagues to serving our communities, Busey Associates have shown unmatched dedication to their pillars for more than 155 years. Whatever your financial needs, business and beyond, Busey promises the resources to help you succeed. Stop into one of their many locations. 1-800-67-BUSEY, or you can go to Busey.com to learn more. Busey, member FDIC, and congratulations on this recognition. Weather with meteorologist Greg Soye, who's so darn good at this. Brought to you by State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow. State Farm Insurance. Why don't you go get some home or auto, or check in on life insurance.
There you go.
Get some peace of mind. It's Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right, meteorologist Greg Soye. It looks like a good week ahead, and we'll get your Fox Business Minute in moments. Coming up on 8:19.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, Van Hemp. Saturday, very easy going weather pattern regarding temperature and humidity levels this week across East Central Illinois, the Corn Belt here at large, and some rainfall prospects as well, getting a little dry around the edges we hear in areas to the north and west, in particular of about Champaign County. For the day today, a little patchy fog around this morning, increasing cloudiness, and a couple of showers around in spots later this morning, but more likely this afternoon, the high about 76. Lingering shower threat this evening, mostly cloudy on the overnight with a light north wind, a low down to 59. Sunshine back in for the day tomorrow and Wednesday too, and a warm up to about 81 tomorrow, 60 tomorrow night, and a forecast Wednesday high of about 85. Back into a couple of showers and thunderstorms Thursday up to around 84. Lingering chance for a shower Friday at 83. Dry weather for the weekend with seasonal temperatures with low and middle 80s daytime and lower mid 60s at night for both Saturday and Sunday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soye.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
OPEC sees China's economy remaining soft, so it's lowered its forecast for global oil demand growth through next year. OPEC says demand is still at healthy levels, boosted by strong air travel and highway travel, as well as healthy industrial construction and agricultural activities. Bitcoin is trading under $60,000 this morning. Cleveland-based KeyCorp is now partly owned by Bank of Nova Scotia. KeyCorp operates about 1,000 branches across 15 states. The Canada-based bank paid $2.8 billion for nearly 15%. And Walt Disney shares are narrowly higher after revealing over the weekend it will spend billions to add new attractions to theme parks and cruises. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
It's time to take the quiz. 5 questions, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week.
History, pop culture, science, sports, civics. How much do you know? Let's find out.
Who was the first person to walk on the moon?
Jackson or something?
Neil Armstrong.
Take the quiz every weekday at thequiz.fox and then listen to the quiz podcast to find out how you did.
Play, share, and of course listen to The Quiz right now at thequiz.fox.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow right here in Champaign-Urbana can switch you over so you can start saving today. Kurt and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. It's easy to switch and save. Just give them a call when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Join Fighting Illini football as they kick off the 100th anniversary season in Memorial Stadium on Thursday, August 29th at 8 p.m. versus Eastern Illinois. Start your Labor Day weekend early with the whole family. Enjoy the Family Fun Zone in Grange Grove, plus fireworks in the stadium. Great seats available for as low as $15 for the Illinois football home opener, Thursday, August 29th. Get tickets at fightingillini.com.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window. New roofing and siding are a winning combination that can instantly change the look, feel, and function of your home. Our Kramer Siding and Window team takes pride in being an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred contractor, able to offer a best-in-the-business 50-year warranty. Pair it with preservation siding in your favorite style and color, and your home will be a showstopper. Start today and save 10% on roofing and 25% on siding. Call us, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
Tapman's Towing, team of experienced tow professionals, is seeking others with CDLs, previous tow experience, and or strong interest in serving others. Please visit our career page at tapmanstowing.com.
Well, I find it really interesting scanning around to all the other networks and things. And if you want to think Kamala's got this in the bag, go to the Drudge Report, MSNBC, and CNN. You'll get a little better balance, believe it or not, at NBC, ABC, and CBS.
Okay.
And then if you want to think, okay, Trump's still in the race, it's not over, because Drudge is reporting, Kamala's up 8. Okay, there's a lot of polls out there, and they're skewed Democratic, but nobody knows that. So if you want to feel good about Kamala and Tim Walz, just hang with the Drudge Report. It is all pro-Harris. All pro. It is like it's over. They're playing the theme to Titanic. Trump's losing it. He's out of his mind. I mean, it's all that. And it's like, wow. Somewhere he turned off Matt Drudge. Remember, Drudge was the guy that broke the Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been alienated by Donald Trump for sure. But MSNBC and CNN, kind of the same. Not quite, believe it or not quite as bad as Drudge. But, and then I try and hit foxnews.com. I do that. And
okay.
I think that's probably going to be more to my liking, obviously, but also just a different perspective. You don't hear nowhere near the headlines. Washington Post, a very liberal Washington Post, Jeff Bezos, Amazon owns that. The editorial board came out and said she needs to answer reporters' questions.
Okay.
I think I'm telling you, I wouldn't do it. And then if you do one with Tim Walz, because that'll be a distraction. He can talk.
Okay.
And he'll cover her. I don't think she can go very deep. I don't think she's going to be very good. We've seen example after example, passage of time, all the things that she's done when she's tried to talk off the cuff. They do not want her doing that because that's a soundbite. That's a commercial. Why risk it? If you're just talking chess and strategy, don't put her in those positions. And then again,
but they can load it. They can have her review the questions beforehand.
No, not when you're spontaneously taking questions. Joe Biden knew the question, knew the person, had a picture of her in a card. That was for different reasons. He just wasn't able to do it. Losing his memory and things like that.
And where has Joe been?
Well, Joe's going to go campaign with her in Maryland this week.
Okay.
But he talked to CBS. He said, yeah, Nancy was a big part of getting me out. Said, I'm going to drag everybody down, all these other things. And whether he's mad or not or bitter, I don't know. The bottom line, he was not going to win, and they knew it. They did not remove him for health. They moved him because he wasn't going to win. So it could be health-related on the other side because he did so poorly in that debate. Well, Donald Trump said it was kind of a coup. Kind of was. The guy had gotten 14 million votes. He earned it. You should have done something earlier. You all knew he was struggling. It's just ridiculous to be shocked. I didn't know he was that bad. Oh, please. That's such a lie. You knew all along. Everybody did. Finally, you recognized it. Why? Poor Joe can't do this. Boy, I didn't know he was that bad. No, because he wasn't going to win. Sorry. Just business. That's all it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just business.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fascinating to watch. But yeah, if those are your news sources, you can go to the networks and watch all that. And or you can go to their websites, but it's pretty clear that this is quite the production so far. But she needs to sit down with, I don't know, somebody that asks some hard. John Decker, our guy on Thursday, had asked some pretty fair questions, be both sides, but they'd be questions that are worth asking. Gosh, you're for fracking now, and you weren't. You're thinking we need to redo ICE, border guys. You would defund police. You bailed people out that stormed Minneapolis when Tim let it go for 18 hours and a whole bunch of the city burned. Those are fair questions based on what you've done. And then if you're no tips on taxes, how'd that happen? Because Trump's been talking about that for 2 months.
Right.
Then her answer should be, I think it's a good idea. Well, then why not do something today?
The no taxes on tips, I think, started when they were doing a Las Vegas appearance.
Yeah,
wasn't it? Because there's
Trump
so
did that.
many in the service industry there.
And then can I be candid? How many people are paying taxes on tips?
Right.
I mean,
especially if they're cash.
Exactly.
You might have to figure more because so many use cards these days.
Well, they do, but they encourage you to do card, pay cash, and tip. Why is that? Well, it's going to lose track of it. I mean, that's just a reality. So I don't think, from the standpoint of the government losing money on not taxing tips, I don't think that's going to be significant in the grand scheme of things. Because I don't know, if you stick $20 in your pocket from delivering a pizza, are you going to remember that? I mean, I'm not saying you're doing it nefariously. I just don't know if you'll remember.
Right.
And are you going to keep copious notes and keep those? Right. This is the date $8.
Well, to me, that's part of it. I mean,
but it's part of your income.
You're working in cash. I feel like you're
supposed to pay taxes. I'm just not sure it's happening. So I think it's an easy one to do.
Right.
Because it's not going to cost the federal government X. I mean, there are people, God bless them, that are trying to keep track of all that, but I just think it's too hard to do it, and I just don't think it's done. I would like to know if we ever would know what the percentage of that actually tries to track it, and I would say less than 10%. That'd be my guess.
On a gift, isn't it 500 and over or something that you have to claim?
Anytime you get money from somebody who's over 600, you're supposed to claim that.
Okay.
But you can get a gift from family up to like $15,000 now a year.
Oh, really?
You can write a check to Mike Ducey for $15,000. He doesn't have to get paid.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa. Yeah, sorry, good point. So when Michael writes you a $15,000 check, you don't have to pay tax.
Okay.
They raised that limit up.
I see.
All right, news coming up. You're welcome to text in 217-359-2255. 2 weeks from Wednesday, we'll be at Pia's.
Your #1 sports bar and grill is Pia's. Head to 1609 West Springfield Avenue to watch all your favorite sports teams play on the big screen TVs as you enjoy great drink specials and the famous 10-ounce Slugger Burger. With the slot machines, darts, video, golf, and outdoor beer garden, meet your friends at Pia's since 1975. Open mornings at 7 a.m., Sundays at 8. See you at Pia's.
Fox News, I'm Gianna Gelosi. Vice President Kamala Harris laying out some of her policy positions at a rally in Nevada this weekend.
Including to raise the minimum wage and eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
Does that tip thing sound familiar? Well, former President Trump came out with a similar idea weeks ago, and his campaign is accusing his opponent of stealing the idea.
Well, when Kamala Harris isn't flip-flopping her positions, apparently her new strategy is just to copy ours.
Trump campaign communications director Caroline Sunshine on Fox. Lawyers for former President Trump tell Fox Business that they filed a claim with the United States for $100 million over the Mar-a-Lago raid and the prosecution of the documents case. Trump alleges he suffered invasion of privacy, malicious prosecution, and abuse of process. America's listening to Fox News.
When it comes to finding a reliable vehicle, look no further than Sarah Champagne, your trusted automotive destination. They carry a lineup of top brands, including Honda, BMW, Subaru, GMC, and Buick. And they're not just about cars, they're about people. Their team is dedicated to providing you with trustworthy service and dependable vehicles that fit your lifestyle. Experience the difference at Sarah Champagne. Visit Sarah, S-E-R-R-A, champagne.com.
Here's a look at local news. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump, who's representing Sonia Massey's family, issuing a statement on Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell's resignation, saying the retirement of Sheriff Jack Campbell marks a turning point in the ongoing pursuit of justice for Sonia Massey, although the pain for her loss still fresh. Sonia's family willing to work with the outgoing sheriff for the remainder of his tenure to help heal the community and achieve full justice for Sonia. Rantoul police investigating a shooting that happened Friday on the South Maplewood Drive location near Grove Avenue. Police say the shooting victim crashing into a pole in a car. They are unsure the victim was shot and then tried to drive or shot while driving. The victim calling 911. Police say the injuries are non-life-threatening. Champaign County Humane Society takes part next month to promote pet adoption. It's the shelter's 10th annual Clear the Shelter campaign. Nationwide initiative aims to raise awareness for animals who need homes. Starting Saturday, the shelter reducing pet adoption fees. You're up to date from the Stevie Jay Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Get the rock star treatment at Golden Nugget Danville and jam out with your cut of up to $400,000 every Saturday through the end of August. One lucky winner will be selected every half hour from 4 to 11 p.m. to spin and win up to $1,000 cash. Earn entries now through August 31st. Not valid for any participant of the Illinois Gaming Board statewide voluntary self-exclusion program. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
Logan, everyone, let's check weather-free Central Illinois, Champaign and Penn vicinity. A little bit of everything for everyone this week. No extreme in temperature or humidity levels, though, and a little dry around the edges we're hearing in some particular parts of East Central Illinois' Corn Belt, and we'll get some rainfall. It'll pass primarily west and south of us for the day-to-day. Later this morning and more so this afternoon. Highs at 76 with a fair amount of cloudiness on the increase and a light west wind. Lingering shower chance this evening, mostly cloudy 59. But then for the day tomorrow, it's the sunshine returning and seasonal warmth, a high about 81, 82 tomorrow, light northeast to east wind, 60 tomorrow night and up to about 85 on Wednesday. Then back into some showers and thunderstorms across parts of the area early and late in the day on Thursday. Lingering chance on Friday. High temperatures for the end part of the week. Seasonal, low to mid 80s daytime and 60s at night. And that seasonal temperature pattern continues on to Sunday and Monday. Dry weather too at 81 on Saturday and about 83 for Sunday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
All righty, 25 before 9. I'm Stevie J. Good morning. There's Diane Ducey.
Hi.
Greg Solier's been bringing us our weather. We had an idyllic weekend. The Olympics are over. Steph Curry at the finish of the men's gold medal game with France was for the records. It was for the ages. It was unbelievable that Steph Curry could make 4 very important three-point shots, 4 of them. And it closed out the game, but France, yikes. What's the guy's name? Win a Bobby, the long 7-foot, what? Whoa, he's 20. France is going to be the man at some point, folks. They're going to win that gold. I mean, they're very good. What are they doing in France? Women's team is good. Men's team is good. We're drafting 19-year-olds in the NBA draft from France. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
France has really taken some basketball seriously, and for some reason they're growing them over 7 feet tall. So anyway, it's the days of the USA dominance in basketball. It just changed. Remember we used to send our college kids, and they'd send their pros? Well, if we had our pros, and then we sent our pros, and Charles Barkley, 1992, and the Dream Team.
Yes.
Somebody asked him a question, says, I don't understand a word you said, but we're going to kick your country's butt.
There you go.
That's back in the day when we beat everybody by 30.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, criminy, they caught up. What would James Naismith think about basketball today?
Right.
He'd probably say, you guys are still at 10 feet? Back when we played, we were 5'6", man. We were 5'4". We were 5 foot. And now you're 7'6", and you've got my peach basket still at 10 feet.
Uh-huh.
And then it took us years to figure out to cut a hole in the bottom of the basket so we didn't have to get a ladder every time.
That's right.
That'd been kind of fun, though. You make one, stop play, get the ladder. It's kind of what you did in the old barns. Have some fun.
Man.
Anyway, USA.
Imagine all of that.
Yeah.
LA 28 is now starting to trend because that's where we're shifting to for 2028 as they handed the Olympics flag off yesterday. Some Tom Cruise and celebrity action involved in all of that. But I am bringing up that 98-87 USA victory. And how he was clutch with the 3-point shooting display from Steph Curry.
No, it was just found myself putting my hand on my mouth on the fourth one because they were really tall guys. They were double teaming him, and he was kind of falling away, and he kind of flicked it up really quick, like a quick shot, nothing but net. He said after the game, that's what I thought, because when I get like that, I make everything.
I see.
It's unreal. and he's that was his only shot. He's done. He's never going to get a gold. If they didn't win that, Steph wasn't going to get a gold. I don't know why he wasn't on the other teams. But anyway, so the Americans have the most medals, most golds tied with China at 40, as you mentioned. And it was a good comeback because going into Sunday, I think China had a 2-gold lead on us. So we rallied. And then the women's soccer wins a gold. I mean, that was 1-0. Saw some of that. No, it's really kind of fun to see the best. And I love the Scotty Scheffler crying, winning the gold for America.
Yep.
NBA guys weren't emotional. You know, again, you know, Scotty's in that same. Scotty's got all the money in the world, too.
Right.
But those guys, you know, I don't know.
It must have been fun, though. It's like an all-star game, essentially, for the USA men's basketball team. They don't get a chance to play together like that very often, and for that much purpose to go for the gold. This talks about the 2023 and 24 drafts with 5 French players taken in the lottery for NBA teams, including 2 straight number 1 overall picks, Victor Wembanyama. And Zachary Rishari?
Some of those guys
are
they 18 years old.
All right.
Wembanyama's Victor is 20. And he's already really, really good.
Right.
What's he going to be like when he's 23? By the way, just random, I have no idea what happened to Jordan Walker. He came to our Cardinal Caravan in January. We had standing room only for the Cardinal Caravan for the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team.
We pumped up Jordan.
And then he left and went to AAA quickly into the season, has not been back. And I think he's hit 2 over 400-foot home runs in the last few days. What? Why isn't he playing again? I don't understand it. Usually when you have a young talent, you put him up there and you play him every single day.
Yeah.
And I don't get what happened. Something happened. There's no reason why you wouldn't put Jordan Walker in right field and just let him learn. He had 16 home runs last year. And I don't want to work on their launch angle. Okay. Well, they had pretty good launch angle the last 2 days, 425 foot, 434 foot, hitting 338 in the last couple of weeks. I'd say the Cardinals need that punch.
Right.
I have no idea. I really would like to know what the heck happened to Jordan Walker. Well, he's young. I know, but so are other guys. Play him. At this point, you're a 500 team. Play him. He'll be better next year. Don't get it, or trade him. Do something.
So he plays for the Memphis team now, huh?
Memphis, and he plays down for the Memphis Cardinals. And again, he's been on a roll. I don't get it.
6'6".
He's huge.
Yeah.
He didn't particularly want it out there that I was taller. He had, his own radio.
You used your posted up line. I'm going to post you up.
I just said to him, I'm here with Jordan Walker, and we're about the same height. And he goes, no, we're not.
It's funny, the competitive edge that comes out even behind the scenes.
No, it's fun. No, and the kids are all competitive guys. They wouldn't be there. Okay, 8:41, get another sports and weather before we get out of here. Glad you're listening. Boys will be on this afternoon, The Drive. After 3 o'clock, as we got all kinds of stuff going on. And again, we got football. We're a little bit in the dark. How good we're going to be, nobody really knows. If the offense is good, maybe we'll be good. I don't know. Usually I have a better feel. I'm just trying to get me to 6. I want to go to a bowl. We need to go to a bowl. The ante in major college football, you go to a bowl. Detroit, wonderful. Let's go to Detroit. Bowl, 15 extra practices.
Absolutely.
Really important. And basketball, I think, picked 8th in the Big Ten. Good. I'm really happy about that. I don't need to be first or second projection. See what we got. I just think Brad Underwood is sneaky good at putting teams together and making it work. But I don't know. I'm not sure he has ever in his life had talent 1 through 12 as much as we have now. And then you might have injury, you might have, not working out, whatever it is. There's going to be all that. But I think talent-wise, we got some players. We got 3 people projected in the first round of the NBA draft next year.
Right, I know. With this Kasparas Jukaconic and Tomislav Ivicic, wow.
I think Will Riley.
Yeah.
This Will Riley. The U of I sneaks these little, Twitter X clips so you see them.
Yeah.
And they're just good. It's silky smooth, can create their own shot, can shoot the 3. Calvin Booth, I'm hearing. Calvin Booth. I get the name wrong.
Okay.
Not Calvin. Calvin was his dad who played in the NBA.
Kylan Boswell.
Anyway, he's lanky, shoots the 3, really big inside, It'll really be fun. That first game, exhibition, you're going to go because you're going to want to see what we look like. We got Ty Rogers. Will he start?
Right.
Don't forget, we still have Name the Starting Five going on.
Yes, we do.
We have
it wrapped up at the end of June.
Well, we have people waiting that could win $3,000 winner take all.
Carry booth.
Winner take all, where somebody was able to get all 5 starters, which I think is impossible. I mean, you can, but what if somebody got hurt? Then you're out, right? It's just ridiculous. Brad Underwood, as of today, August 12, has no idea who's going to start for him. And frankly, he's one that doesn't care. But first regular season game, who are the 5 guys that trot out there? Somebody might have that in our cache of all these entries and win $3,000. If there's 7 people that get it right, then we draw. Winner take all.
Right.
Wow. That'd be nice. Use your $3,000 check, sir. All right, check your sports. Coming up next, ESPN 93.5, 844.
I'm Justin Ike, co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground.
So, Justin, tell me what you see as typical when it comes to sewer repair. Give me a scenario.
Your sewer's backed up and somebody comes along and says, you need this repair for X amount of dollars. Here's my price. And you don't think to go looking for another company or a second opinion because you don't feel like you have time.
So is it possible that you might get charged a little more because it's kind of a desperate moment? Do some companies do that?
Oh, absolutely they will. They know you're in a pinch. Typically, if you call us, me or Will can be out there within an hour to look at that problem for you. Whether you call me first or you call me second, make sure you give me a call.
Anything else, Justin?
You can always trust Fred's.
Great to know. Thank you. That's Justin Ike, the co-owner of Fred's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, Electric, and Underground. If you want more information about this great 45-year family-owned company, just go to fredscu.com. That's fredscu.com.
This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Political news is sure to dominate the headlines in 2024, adding uncertainty to the markets. This makes a disciplined investment strategy even more critical to achieving your long-term goals. To assure your investments are aligned with your objectives, contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities and advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network. Member FINRA SIPC, a registered investment advisor.
If you're in the market for a new car battery, you could go to one of those big box stores, except there's no guarantee you'll be served by an actual car expert.
Clean up in aisle 3.
You could pick a battery off the shelf, except it might be close to expiring. Or you could just come into Interstate. Don't make a big box store blunder. With competitive prices and a more personal, reliable approach, Interstate Batteries is the clear-cut choice if you want to guarantee yourself a new and trustworthy car battery. They're open and ready to serve you at 2504 North Mattis Avenue in Champaign.
All right, we check your sports headlines, 846.
Well, you and I were talking about Illini sports, and the only athlete to win multiple medals, Jordan Poulter, with a silver medal as USA was beat by Italy in that final round in 3 sets, too. Boy, Italy was just on fire. We had USA women's team beating France 67-66, 61 consecutive wins, their 8th consecutive gold in women's basketball. Asia Williams, the big champ, with 21 points to lead the team. We had the men's basketball team beating France 98-87 for the gold medal. So in all, USA won with 126, China with 91, Japan with 45. When it comes to the medal count, USA and China both with 40 gold. USA had 42 silver and 44 bronze. MLB action, none of our favorite teams in action on Sunday. The Cubs took 2 from the Chicago White Sox. Now the Cubs will face Cleveland with a 5:40 start with Shota Imanaga on the mound on US 105.9. St. Louis here on ESPN 93.5 with a 5:40 start against the Cincinnati Reds.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Okay, meanwhile, Israel bracing for more rockets. So apparently in the last 5 hours, 30 rockets sent to Israel from Hezbollah, proxy of Iran. And so that's really tenuous. What happens with that next? So presumably the Biden White House is tracking that every day, and I'm sure they are. But boy, that's scary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Check your weather, meteorologist Greg Solier.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather for East Central Illinois, Champaign, and Memphis. Saturday, very easy going weather pattern regarding temperature and humidity levels this week across East Central Illinois, the Corn Belt here at large, and some rainfall prospects as well, getting a little dry around the edges we hear in areas to the north and west, in particular of about Champaign County. For the day today, a little patchy fog around this morning, increasing cloudiness, and a couple of showers around in spots later this morning, but more likely this afternoon, the high about 76. Lingering shower threat this evening, mostly cloudy on the overnight with a light north wind, a low down to 59. Sunshine back in for the day tomorrow and Wednesday too, and a warm up to about 81 tomorrow, 60 tomorrow night, and a forecast Wednesday high of about 85. Back into a couple of showers and thunderstorms Thursday up to around 84. Lingering chance for a shower Friday at 83. Dry weather for the weekend with seasonal temperatures with low and middle 80s daytime and lower mid 60s at night for both Saturday and Sunday. For Stevie Jay Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
Hi, I'm Tyler Weaver, president of Carpet Weavers Flooring and Furniture Gallery. It's time to come home to Carpet Weavers. We don't want you to just like your new floors. We want you to love them. From waterproof floors and carpet to furnitures and design advice, we've got a team of experts on your side. We'll get you the best price and the best quality products. And complete your home with furniture and accessories. Buy it all with free financing too. Come home to Carpet Weavers, where floors, furniture, and family meet.
Tapman's Towing reminds all Illini fans, when you're on the road and see lights flashing, move over and use caution passing. Let's all get home safe tonight.
Ow! A spring just hit me.
Mom, the couch is broken again.
It's about time we get rid of that clunky couch and look into buying a new one.
What about two men in a junk truck? Their professional moving team does a great job assisting with downsizing, home renovations, and clearing out old items you need hauled away.
Wow, it sounds like it'll make much more space in this house once the couch is hauled away.
I just pulled it up on my phone. You can schedule an appointment online at twomeninajunktruck.com.
Why use Land's Underground Solutions? We have the team, the technology, the tools, and the most experienced team in the industry. From a basic sewer pipe repair to replacing a sewer main, installing a water line to installing a septic system, installing underground utilities for a new construction project to rehabilitating the old pipes under a school. Land's has the most versatile and experienced team in the industry. Residential, commercial, and industrial, when it comes to your underground pipes, think Land's Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Dodgers visit Busch Stadium the weekend of August 16th through the 18th, and you won't want to miss this blockbuster matchup. The Hollywood stars from LA go head-to-head with Mason Wynn, Wilson Contreras, and the Redbirds. Plus, there are great giveaways you won't want to miss, like the popular Cardinals belt bag. That's the Dodgers and Cardinals, August 16th through the 18th at Busch Stadium. Great seats remain. Get yours today at Cardinals.com.
This is Wilson Contreras, San Luis Cardinal, for the Lou.
Okay, for the Lou. Yeah. Cardinals play in Cincinnati, so.
Okay.
Jacob Hurtubise, my son-in-law, is injured right now.
That's right. Usually when we hear Cincinnati, we perk up back in the day. I mean, that stretch from May to June, mid-May to mid-June was sure a blast.
6 weeks, yeah. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. We enjoyed watching all that, and I found out quickly I wasn't a Reds fan. I was a Jacob Hurtubise fan.
That's right.
So I haven't really followed. I'm still tracking box scores and stuff. But I watch pretty much everything he plays in. But he's out for another probably week or two and hopefully finish the season. He's in Louisville playing AAA baseball, but that week that he was the leadoff hitter for the Cincinnati Reds was very good. Really fun. He did quite well. So we shall see. But I know one thing, baseball's a long season. And he'll be looking forward to the break. So.
I know in St. Louis, August 16, 17, and 18, as we face the LA Dodgers, there'll be some fun giveaways at Busch. I was looking at the promotions that they have going on. So some adult Cardinals jerseys, and Ameren has a bobblehead with Scott Rowland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now Hall of Famer.
Yes, that's right.
Like big Hall of Fame. He's also in the Cardinal Hall of Fame. But no, it was just yesterday. I was doing the opening day broadcast down in Busch, and had my friends Greg Burr and Jim Hampton.
Right. And I just love when they go through some of the promotions. On Sunday, they'll have a Cardinals belt bag. Is that what they call fanny packs now?
Yeah, they're called belt bags. Mike Turner, Carpet Weavers, they were all with me, and I get a look at all the they have all the merchandise. It's all there for the season.
Well, we sure enjoyed our Stan Musial Stanley tumbler when we went on our bus trip for that game. That was sure fun in our Cardinal suite. We're hoping to do that again next year.
Yes, we are. Somebody had just recently got hold of me and said, "You still doing that?" I said, "Yes, we'll do it again."
Awesome.
Okay, 8:54.
Hear the show anytime, StevieJay.com.
Yep, all of our guests on the Tapman's Towing phone line, all the texts coming in at the Fisher National Bank text line. Lonte, Derek Piper, Kyle Tosk, all coming this afternoon on the drive after 3. And they'll be talking, I'm sure, about Illinois stuff, as always. And we get clips and coaches and everything else. It's really fun.
It's good.
All right, thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
And we have some Stevers coming up this week, the program where I happily give you money and you spend it and keep the stuff.
Love it.
Yep, kind of a no-brainer. It's our position to try and actually get cash-paying customers for our clients, because that's kind of thinking what they want.
Why not?
So we do that. We have the only radio station in the world that does this.
I think so.
We are, indeed. All right, thank you. We'll be right back tomorrow, 7 a.m. I'm Stevie J. That's Diane DC. Thank you for listening, and have yourself a great Monday. Tim Onstadt, Gale Frericks Trucking, Dedicated Diesel. How is everything at Dedicated Diesel and Dixie Chopper?
Well, Dedicated Diesel is going great guns. A couple weeks ago, Donna put in an order for some new machines. We got some great fall deals. We've sold most of the inventory, so we got in a new shipment. We've got new Classics, Blackhawks, Excaliburs, Eagles, Z2, and the new Falcon. That is a nice mower.
So when people try it and get on it, I bet the higher percentage buys them, probably feeling the handling and everything?
Yeah, it's hard to go back to something else once you've driven a Dixie Chopper. And that Falcon seat is the most comfortable mower seat I've ever been on. It is incredible. The Falcon, we've got a great deal on that for $7,000. The introductory price is $9,000 on it, and we're going to get rid of them as fast as we can. But that's a 60-inch deck on that Falcon, so you can do residential, commercial, cut a lot of lawn with that.
Does your bank keep rewards just out of reach? Hi, this is Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank. While some banks save their reward programs for a select few, here at Fisher National, we offer free rewards checking to all of our customers. We are trying to reward you for the things you do every day. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive a statement electronically, and have at least one direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's as easy as that. Rewards checking includes excellent 2.0 annual percentage yield for balances up to $20,000 and ATM refunds up to $20. Oh, and no minimum balance is required. Free rewards checking from Fisher National Bank. Rewards within reach and service beyond. See monthly requirements at fishernational.com or stop by one of our branches today. Our team looks forward to serving you.
Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
Get the roof your home deserves by Roof Doctors, your residential roofing specialist that has always offered the best warranties in the industry, like our non-prorated 50-year warranty. Our customers love that we are family-owned and locally operated. We make our customer needs our top priority. With over 30 years experience and the best customer service, give Roof Doctors a call today for your free estimate at 328-7529. In your community and for your community, Roof Doctors.
Rachel Voss, she is Development Director, CU Habitat for Humanity.
Here at Habitat, it's our vision to have a place where everyone has a safe and decent, affordable place to call home. We are currently building about 4 to 5 houses a year for our homeowners. We always would love to take some donations, especially if you've done some renovations on your home and you have too many materials left over. We would love to take those so that we could sell them or use them for our own build.
At Pards in Urbana, the boots just keep on coming. They're known for their huge collection of men's cowboy boots, women's cowgirl boots, kids' boots, and even shoes. If you're searching for top footwear brands, look no further than Pards. They carry a wide variety, including Ariat, Dan Post, Smoky Mountain, Roper, Double H, and more. And if socks or accessories are what you need, they've got all your high-quality essentials. Since 1968, Pards has been serving their customers with high-quality merchandise. And if you haven't been to Pards in a while, a lot has changed. Go check them out just off University Avenue in Urbana.
At ABC Heating and Air, it's our promise to help you always be comfortable. Do you need rescued because you're burning hot? Do you need rescued because your air is shot? Call ABC Heating and Air at 352-5400 and let us rescue you from the heat. ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400. Can't you see you need to call me at ABC? Call ABC Heating and Air. That's ABC Heating and Air, 352-5400.
Your favorite Mexican restaurant, El Toro on West Springfield in Champaign, is still open 7 days a week despite the construction on West Springfield. If you're craving those mouth-watering Mexican dishes, just enter from the east. When you see the barricade at Springfield and Kenwood, look for their special driveway. It'll guide you straight to El Toro. El Toro will be serving up your favorites all through the construction for the next 5 months. Open daily and ready to welcome you. El Toro, your destination for authentic Mexican cuisine, even during construction.
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
Job. Terms and conditions
You're
apply.
listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign, Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.